What makes a good life? When I asked myself this question, I found myself confused. So I decided to ask a few of my friends, and I got the expected answer. They all said it was either money or fame as to what we needed in our lives to make it a good one. And the media often represents these things as if what they should be what we are aiming for in order to achieve that good life. But this is a common misconception. There are so many celebrities and artists out there that have reported to be feeling depressed or not happy with their lives. And even with all the money that they had, clearly it wasn't enough to solve their life issues. And the thing about this is that money has a limit to its value. Let me ask you this. If you were feeling down or sad, is it your money that consoles you? Or is it rather your friends and family around that help you, support you, and get you back on your feet? See, this is the importance of having good relationships in our lives. Having relationships that are based on trust, because a relationship without trust cannot move forward. That's why if we have broken the trust between a family member or a friend, it should be a priority to mend the relationship because they are your lifelong supporters. They're your well-wishers. They will be that shoulder that you can always fall back to during the hard times. But having meaningful relationships alone doesn't secure us a good life. And we can't always rely on our friends and family for every little thing in our lives. At some point, we should learn to be independent. We should learn to find out what brings us happiness. We should find out our own purposes in life, something that we look forward to every day, a way of giving back to the society in the form of a job or a hobby. But we should have a clarity of mind as to what it is, and we should work hard to achieve that goal. Now, I wanted to share a story with all of you guys. It's about my name, Arabhi. How often have you come across a name like this? I know it's a unique name, but it's also given me my fair share of getting bullied. Yes, when I was younger, a lot of children at school would make fun of my name. They would often call me things like Arabic or Orbi. I know it was just a joke, but sometimes it would get to me, and it would often start to make me dislike my name. I would go to my parents and ask them, "Why did you name me Arabi?" They would tell me it was because it was a unique and beautiful name. But I wasn't content with this. Then they told me that whatever my name is, I should never let it define me. Of course, back then, I was a bit young and I didn't understand this completely. But as I grew up, I started to understand that rather than my name, it's my actions that define me. And with that, I learned to be content with my name. But the point here is not just to be content with our names. It's to have a more positive attitude towards our lives, to have a more positive mindset where we don't compare our lives to another's. Whether it's about money, fame, or even beauty, we should learn to accept the situations that we are born in and move on, because there's no point complaining over some things that we don't have control over. So rather, we should learn to be grateful for what we do have. We should learn to be grateful that we were born to a supportive family. We should learn to be grateful that we have a functional body and good health. Because we should learn to be grateful and we should feel blessed that we have these things in life. We have many things that other people would only dream of having. So coming back to gratefulness, that's why some of the richest people may live the poorest lives, when they don't know how to be grateful for what they have. And sometimes the poorest people learn to appreciate every little thing in life, which in turn would make their lives much better than the rich ones. That's why learning to be grateful can keep us happy in any situation, and in turn make our lives a good one. But even following all these attributes, I can't assure you to have a perfect life. But one thing is sure, we can always be better than what we were yesterday. That's why it's important to work hard towards a better tomorrow. Thank you for listening. I hope you all have a great day and a good life.